Hello again, internet friends. We find ourselves post the MSQ for patch 6.2 in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. The buried memory stuff is all wrapped up, but I was alerted to a quest called Shadowed PASTS that spawns after the MSQ. If you remember, there was a little void sent blob that ran away, and this Radiant Scout clearly went to follow them. And yeah, something has had this Radiant Scout unnerved. So let's check. It's essentially a non-MSQ chain, but related to. Let's do it. Ah, Master Bay, you couldn't have appeared at a better time. You see, while out patrolling the city, I chanced to sight a void scent. You did, I saw it. Indeed. It was a little blob boy. Little blobman. I immediately chased it down with the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For one, it made no move to defend itself, but simply sat there, jiggling. Which is why, against my better judgment, I had decided to capture it instead. Having traveled to the void, I dare say you have considerable knowledge of its denizens. If you have a moment, I'm going to trouble you for an opinion on the creature's unusual behavior. Is that a full-on, like, placard, like a quest placard, too? So it's not going to be a tiny quest. I'm truly grateful. Now, if you follow me, the creature is being held in the Hall of the Radiant Host. Okay, yes, sure, of course. That's where, well, I'll do a little teleport over there. I don't need to walk across the whole damn city. We're going to the hall where all the other role quests are that I also haven't done. Don't look at them. Let's go see what this is about. Big door. Yep, there he is. Sullen-eyed void scent. The void scent glowers in your direction, but says nothing. I mean, it is just a blob. It's a baby blob. It is mostly eyeball. Here it is. Surprisingly docile even when I captured it, and there have been no reports of attacks prior to that. Is blob. Even so, it's the nature of void scent to prey on people for their ether. Perhaps it bides its time waiting to carry out some manner of scheme. Ah! Wait, sorry, hold on.
I remember you. Yes, you were in Troya. Please, you must help me.
What you need help with, or you were at the castle? Troya Castle? Yeah, specifically. Be from the eyebrow raise?
Indeed I was, but I've since fled here. I understand the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce the sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts. But not anymore. You can help me. Yes, you can.
He's talking to me telepathically. That's what the border means. You can converse with the void scent. Amazing. Could you ask it why it came here? I mean, it can hear you.
When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught up in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tire of fighting, so I fled, using the gate to your world. Having just been reborn, however, my essence hadn't fully bound together yet, and so when I emerged from the gate, it was several sundered shells. Frightened and confused, they scattered. Following their trail led me here. My diminutive size allows me to remain largely unseen. But by the same token, I can do little more than sneak about. Each of us was weak and powerless, but why we consumed one another in the first place. Together that we were strong. I want you to help me find all of me, so that I can be whole again.
Making a giant, a small blob, a big blob? We'll strike a bargain then. Ah, well that's the key word in their world. So, what do you intend it to do in this world? Or you want to strike a bargain? I mean, he knows what he wants to do. He wants to consume all the fragments of himself. But what's the bargain then?
Yes, I would. To be whole again and live in this world, I would strike 1,000 bargains. We Still remember the past, you see. Still remember when we were mortals. We long to live that life again, but we need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try, we won't try to devour anyone, even when we're whole, I swear. You wish to learn more about the Void, yes, there is much we can teach you about those who rule its domains, about its past. Find the others, and then they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. Do we have a bargain?
So it crossed over to our world to escape conflict, now searches for the rest of itself. I understand Void Scent are quite reliable when it comes to fulfilling a pact. I dare say having one as an ally would benefit our research into their world. Very well. If you would be so kind as to search for its kin, I would consult my superiors on how best to deal with them. Oh, you let it eat itself to become whole again?
I take it we have a bargain. Good, good. I sense 4 others close by. When we find them, we need to point them in this direction. Once they sense my presence, I can guide them the rest of the way.
Okay.
Like me, the others have an interest in the lives of mortals. They are bound to be here in this city.
Okay. Guess we were finding... Okay, they're kind of all over the damn place. Wayward Hektai.
What's that? I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about powerful Void Scent. I was still wanting to see this and that, but I suppose a deal is a deal. Those men over there, soldiers, are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria.
Ah, back from Weaver's warding, are you? I heard you fought well against the Void Scent that slipped through. Come now, I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation, no matter the cost? Fair enough.
Protect our nation. How familiar, those words. Where was it that I heard them? Ah, yes, it was the early days of the Contra Memoria. The enemy had captured a terrible eidolon that had laid siege to a fortress. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities. But, led by their valiant commander, they fought bravely and desperately. They had to last until the Memoriat arrived. The commander told them they had to hold out no matter the cost. The Memoriat did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Having struck down the eidolon, the Memoriat and servants searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. But just when they had given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears. They rushed over to the sound and cleared away debris. To find a lone survivor, the garrison commander. Instead of joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger.
Your soldiers have slaughtered to a man, yet there's barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The eidolon was savage but mindless. It was a simple thing to hide myself beneath fallen debris. I was a coward then, I guess? Hide? As commander, you had the duty to your men. You were supposed to put their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the fortress stood, and it did. Besides, my death wouldn't have achieved nothing. Honor be damned. No, I'm sworn to protect our nation, and to do that, I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. Wow. It isn't your fate, you say? Yeah, that's a Memoriat then. Ugh! Oh, geez, Rick! Memoriat just chop that boy down. Is he? Merely unconscious. Come, let us bury the soldiers and their commander with them. You're gonna bury him alive? Does Kill Bill? Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. I'm sure if you bury him in the ground, very well, my lord. It's a little dark. Oh, he's a zombie. It is Kill Bill.
Funeral rites were later held for the fallen, but solemn tears did quickly give way to horrified screams as a body emerged from the earth. The commander. I can't die. I must live, the man is said to have declared. Sorry. The people thought him a demon, a disheveled horror, muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Scarmiglione, they called him, a name befitting his newfound grisly visage. A name befitting a monster.
Scarmiglione was a cat guy?
We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. You're immortal, so I expect you to understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I had best rejoin myself, if you'll excuse me.
Okay. Where are we going? Porting over to the Mehane, I guess. Let's go over there. Wakegnaggio and Rubucante end up being Lalafell. Or that world's versions, right? Very, very well could be possible. Oh, it's over here. The Wayward Hektai. Let's see.
This is where mortals can consume ether. Dreading loneliness more than hunger? How very like me. If you don't mind, though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer.
The food here is simply sublime. Why, I feel stronger with every bite, as if the Magra themselves were granting me their blessing. The food is tasty is true enough, but no food is sublime as to be a substitute for proper training, my friend. Stronger with every bite, every feed. Oops, wrong voice.
For my part of the bargain, I will tell you about how the wee void sense became strong. Simply put, it depends on the quality and quantity of ether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriates arose as powerful void sent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary void sent, like me. There were exceptions, of course, but one in particular, I'll never forget. Scarmiglione never had seen a void sense so craven. Even when we were pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. He subsisted on scant leavings and lived in constant fear and hunger. In the face of danger, a void sense stronger than himself, fleeing was the only option. The day came when he found his way barred.
Oh, Knight in Black. How pitiful. Ah, Golbez. Such overwhelming ether. Who is this? You fled instead of facing your foe. Why? Why? I'm too weak. Why else? I would have been devoured. So had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground. Very well then. Oh? Get juiced? What's happening? Yes, I feel it. Yes, I can do this. I can win. I feel great. Dragon Ball Z abridged, anyone? The power swelling within me. Lo, your foe returns. Oh, it's one of those weird bat things. All right, well, he did what he said he was going to do. Hiss, what have you done to me? I granted you but a sliver of ether. It was with the power you already possessed that you defeated your foe. Ah, you tricked him. Kind of. I possessed such power? Oh? Fear had cluttered your eyes, blinded you to the strength you had attained feeding on the weak. If you would free yourself from fear, then join me. You shall have a greater cause to live for and to know true power. Okay, very Dark Lord inspired, gaining subjects. I see.
Curious how, in a world without death, the fear of it could be the key to great strength. The knight recognized this, recognized the void sense potential, and thus did take him into his service. Determined as he is to live, it wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. He'd be even more powerful now, I suspect. From all the devouring he would have done since, unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger in ours. Have you ever played Dark Souls? Well, I must be going. The others are waiting.
Makes me wonder what is going to happen in the story with all of the archfiends as we no doubt trap them in Memoria crystals. Very curious. We'll head over to the Kama, which is basically the apartment buildings, which don't seem to be enough apartments to house everyone, but who knows. Here we are. Here we are.
My other self grows lonely, you say? My apologies. It was my intent to seek out the others, but I was distracted by the bickering pair of mortals yonder. My goodness! There's been some colorful language.
To hell's with your father. You shouldn't need his permission just to leave the God's damn house. Please mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? Ugh, it's always father this and father that with you. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now. Bloody act like one for a change. Based?
Colorful language, yes? Not from the girl, though. Uh-oh, she appears to be quite well-bred. I just hope she's happier than a girl I knew long ago. That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves nobility. She was raised as a noble woman and had servants tending to her every need. But in the end, she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life. They decided everything for her, telling her what to say and what to do. Chafing from the fetters of her restricting life, she solicited her handmaiden's aid and stole outside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents. Or so she thought. Have you ever seen the Disney classic Aladdin? Yeah, kind of like that. Just anime. Sorry. It was long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and windows, denying her even the simplest pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage may chirp freely, but she wasn't even suffered to give voice to her desires. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more, and one day she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time.
You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. If you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. Oof. the lightning strike. Father, how did you... what do you mean they're not coming? I had known that some miscreants were cavorting in these parts, but to think that they'd dare try to consort with my daughter... Well, you didn't worry about them anymore. They're food for the fishes now. Obvious evil laugh insert here, asterisks. How could you do this, Father? Why must you torment me so? Know your place, girl. You are a means for our family to gain influence, and I won't have you sullying yourself with riffraff. Not based? Yeah. Go Kill Bill on his ass. Oh, the axe is there. Oh, when she backed up. Yo, environmental storytelling. Also, the lightning striked on her that time. You will not leave your chamber save with my permission, nor will you disobey me again. If you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? Sorry. I said, am I understood? Yo, his back is turned. Critical backstab allowed. To hell. Whoa. What did you say? Oh, now he's facing forward. Whoa. Oh. That. Oh, she must hit him with the hilt? Oh, never mind. I said go to hell. They probably can't use slashing, gurgling, bloody noises for that, as a little too violent for this game. Although, so she's an axe murderer now. Arg! Well, holy crap. Okay. It's in his freaking head. No blood, though. Oh, she liked that. Oh, to think that I could be so exhilarating to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. From this moment on, I am free. Free as the wind. She's gonna go watch Pocahontas. Good Lord.
The young woman struck out on her own and in her travels discovered her true calling, not in the halls of lords or ladies, but on the battlefield. She became a force of nature, famed for her striking beauty, which belied a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she claimed a new name, Barbacoa. Babricia. Indeed, she found her freedom, and did she also find happiness, I wonder? I suppose I'll never know. Nor does it matter, for the world that once was, is no more. Oh, but goodness me, I'd better rejoin the others.
That was definitely rather dark. But it also kind of explains... It explains why Barbricia was a little bit tweaked. A little tilted. Little eyebrow raise. little That's for sure. Alright, heading down to the airship landing. You can totally RP so hard in this game that you can actually travel between all the different realms by zeros here. By hard traveling on airships the whole way. That's cool. The way the sky changes color with the passage of time is probably a mundane thing to you, but to me it's a marvel. I dare say I wouldn't soon grow bored in this world. It's kind of an overcast, shitty day right now, Zero, which is a little more on brand, apparently, so far for your exterior. I love me an overcast day. Kind of chilly, light breeze, overcast. I don't know, something about it. Not super bright and also not dark and stormy. Just that overcast feel. Something about it. Yeah, quote unquote, she was very spirited. That's one way to put it, yeah.
Ah, what a refreshing breeze. And to return to the others, bah, they should come here. Would you look at this beautiful, boundless sky? Mortals take to the air here, do they not? But that I had wings to soar among the clouds myself. The weak voidsents are not wont to roam, you see, the mightiest among us. Carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now, the master of a domain seldom ventures outside, for it is in one's territory that one is strongest. For some, however, such confinement proved trying, as was the case for certain voidsent that I knew. I speak of the free-spirited terror, Barbricia. When she first established her domain, she whiled away the days waiting for her minions to bring her prey. The ether amassed from these offerings was devoted to a singular pleasure of caring for her silky, flowing locks. But the resources of her domain were not without their limits. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain. And unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away, alone. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen into the depths of despair when the hand of salvation came to pull her out.
At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray. I don't have the strength to leave my domain. If strength is your desire, that is easily granted. Who are you? Ugh, my innards. Ah, such power surging through me. She has quite the fingernails there. What do you do with it? What is your desire? Apparently to make an island made of hair. Golbez, you cool with that? An island made of hair? What I desire. What I desire. Whoa. Yeah, to make an island made of hair. Pretty much. Yeah. You would move your very domain. Impressive. That I can do such a thing. What have you done to me? I granted you ether, nothing more. It was your will that made it possible. My will? Even so, no matter where you should go, there is naught but darkness. What could your destination possibly be? Destination? I have no need for such. I wish but to be free like the wind.
In a world that was at its end, very need is the soul who desires freedom so ardently that she could will her very domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power and a place of command in his mighty army. A story worthy of a bargain, I trust. I might had more to tell had I not fallen off her domain. Whoops. It seems you mortals also have a fondness for flying. I'd certainly like to try riding one of those airships of yours. But perhaps another time. My other selves will be a blubbering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them.
You have found the last of the Void Scent. Time to head back to the Hall of the Radiant Host. That was cool. So we learned more about Carmiglione and Barbacoa, which I mean, I assume we're going to learn about the next two in the next patch later this December. Maybe Golbez is the main thing for the final one. Because this is patch 0.2, then we have a 0.3, a 0.4, and then a 0.5. I imagine the 0.5 would be the bridge, though. It has to be the main bridge to the final, you know, the whole final expansion going into the next chunk. So that's obviously like a year out, but quite a ways away.
Thank you so much for finding me. I hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement.
So more than worthy, I'd say. They told me of Scarmiglione and Babricia. And how did you come to know the Archfiends? I mean, just thank them. That's fine. It's all good. All good.
My other selves lived quite desperate lives. Sorry, disparate lives, but both as mortals and void sent, though I suppose it is rather fortuitous that they cross paths with such powerful void sent. But more importantly, what they would offer was worthy of our bargain. For that, I am glad. All that remains now is for us to rejoin and become whole again. Huh? Is this not all of me? No. There can be no other explanation. There is still more of me lost out there somewhere, but I don't sense them. Where could they have gone?
You mean there's more of them wandering about? By the sisters. At the very least, if what you say is true, they pose no threat to the people. Until the others can be found, we will keep these 5 under our care.
Should I sense the others nearby in roughly 4 months? I hope we can count on you to find them too.
Huh. So they're going to be used as another storytelling device to explain some backstory on the other ones in the future. Very cool. Big to be continued. Hope you enjoyed my terrible, weird, silly, blob, echoey, pitchy voice acting. Kind of felt like that was pretty good. I had fun doing it. When I can hear what my voice changer, I was adjusting it between each character to make them a little different. But if I adjust things, against or with the pitch shifting, it also adds more. So I don't know. It sounds kind of fun in my ears. I don't know if it sounds weird on yours, but I had fun doing that, and I hope you did too. Yeah.